my name is Megan, and today I've got a bunch of books that make me feel hungry when I read them. Alright, so it's November. Food is like a big part of this month. There's a food-based holiday coming up, so I thought I would share some books that make me hungry while I read them, and like a lot of these I probably talk about a lot, but these are some of the ones that almost always make me think of food when I read them. So the first one in today's recommendation is going to be Spider's Bite. This is the first book in the Elemental Assassin series. This one almost always brings to mind like barbecue and like sweet desserts, and Jen is one of my favorite characters. She's very sweet, but she's also this like badass assassin, and she runs a barbecue restaurant in the South. That's just like an interesting combination of things, first of all, but like food is very much Jen's love language. She makes food for people. She just wants people to be happy and she wants people to be fed, and it always brings to mind like Southern hospitality, Southern barbecue, pies, cakes, cookies. One of the next books is one of my absolute favorite books, and that is the Mercy Thompson series. The first book is Moon Called. So Mercy is also very much not your stereotypical heroine. She's very much a badass. She's a mechanic and she runs with werewolves and all of that, but Mercy's love language is also food. So she often makes cookies and brownies and just gives them to the pack of werewolves just to, you know, endear herself to them sometimes, but also to, because, you know, she likes these people and she wants them to be happy. And this one always makes me think of cookies and brownies. Whenever I'm reading these books, I just like feel like I should have a brownie in one hand, a glass of milk, and, you know, read this book. So the next book that we're going to talk about is The Enchantment Emporium. This is the first book in the Gale Women Chronicles, I think is what it is. Anyway, this book often makes me think of pie. This whole series makes me think of pie because that's pretty much what happens in this book. The grandmas and the great aunts, the matriarchs of this family of like magical people and creatures and things, they often make pies and send them to their grandkids or their, you know, their family members, and they have like little charms baked into them. And this book has always made me think of pie, and it just feels like home. Fantastic. And I love that Allie, the main character in this, runs this weird like enchanted consignment shop, and her family just sends these pies to her, you know, with these charms baked in for luck and like health and that kind of stuff. It's just really interesting. So this next book is a little interesting, and that is Envy of Angels. So this is about a supernatural catering company. So they cater to demons and angels and like supernatural creatures. This book in particular makes me think of Nuggets because that's what they are trying to recreate in this like this mystical like McDonald's level chicken nugget. It's a really interesting concept. I really like this series, and you know, it's a little tiny short novella, and all of the books are set within this like catering company, and they cater to different events, and it's really interesting. So the next book in this recommendation is going to be Pumpkinheads. This one makes me think of all those fall time sweets, but specifically this one makes me think of fudge because Josiah, our main character, has been like, he's had this crush on the girl that works at the fudge shop at this pumpkin patch every year. That's like one of the running themes for this, is like trying to try all the different sweets and foods that are offered by this pumpkin patch. And it's just so like sweet and endearing and kind and lovely, and it just makes me think of all those fall time sweets and fall time foods. And then the last book in this recommendation is going to be Some Girls Bite. This is the first book in the Chicagoland Vampire series, and this book just makes me think about Chicago and the Chicago food scene in general, and just like food in general. This is probably one of the more food-centric books that I've read in a while. Like every book has something a little different, from whether it's pizza or Chicago style hot dogs or chocolate or like specialty food items. This book almost always makes me think of food no matter when I'm reading it. Just like Merritt, our main character, is like a very much a foodie, but not like a snobby foodie. She will eat pretty much anything. Alright, so those are the books that make me hungry. What is a book that makes you hungry, or that makes you think about food in general? Let me know down below. If you guys like this video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you haven't already, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. You can also hit the notification button. And if you'd like to follow me on social media, check out the links down below. Alrighty, bye guys!